That's when the intruder jumped her fence and stormed into her home. The moment you decide to send a sexy picture to someone else, you no longer have control over who gets to see it, and you may end up trapped in here forever. It's fairly quiet out here tonight at the Florida State Prison in Stark, but if you look closely, there are about 4 or 5 protesters out there setting up signs. This morning, UF officials removed Aaron Hernandez's All-American brick. This is where they allegedly manufactured, packaged, and loaded the illegal drug. The synthetic ice rink holds about 40 people at one time, and I actually got to put on some skates to see if I could glide on the rink.
One racer says she can easily spend the money vacationing in Aruba or another paradise island.
Just about a month ago, he became large enough to fit into this donated wheelchair. The Whitaker home even comes with a large swimming pool. If you're driving on a 2-lane road, then you must slow down to a speed of 20 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. So far today, we've heard from several law enforcement officers who actually found Jackson's remains.
A man just came into my house, and I think he stabbed me.
Just minutes after being stabbed in the chest, 65-year-old Connie Cordell managed to call for help.
Is he still there, ma'am? No, I started screaming and he ran out.
Cordell lives in this home on Northwest 2nd Avenue in Ocala, a home that became a crime scene.
She was sitting in the living room and happened to, at that point in time, have opened a door to allow her cat to go outside.
That's when the intruder jumped her fence and stormed into her home through the front door, demanding money. Cordell told the man she didn't have any cash, and that's when he stabbed her with a knife.
Where did he cut you at, ma'am? I think in the chest.
Cordell was immediately rushed to a hospital.
It was a very serious injury, and she did go into surgery.
Neighbors describe Cordell as a polite and active older lady who didn't deserve to be attacked.
She's never done anything to hurt anybody. She's always at home, taking care of her home and her mother.
She waved to everybody. She'd help anybody she could.
Several neighbors who have lived in the area for years say they are on edge after Saturday night's barbershop shooting and Tuesday morning's home invasion. Some don't even want to let their kids walk to the school bus by themselves.
It's a tragedy. I mean, I'd never imagined something like that to happen here.
Heavy rain and high winds were ripping through the Marion County area early Wednesday evening. Jeffrey Jones, who lives on Northeast 50th Avenue, says during the storm he was relaxing in the living room with his 2 grandsons.
All of a sudden I heard a sound like a loud clap of thunder.
A water oak tree about 90 feet high came crashing down onto their den.
The house shook a little bit, and my wife and daughter, which were in the den, screamed.
Jones says his 13-month-old grandbaby had left the den area seconds before the massive tree came crashing down.
The roof had collapsed, and I went running towards them to make sure they were fine.
Jones and his family immediately evacuated the home. Just 1 street over on Northeast 50th Avenue, another tree fell, barely missing this house, but damaging part of the roof. There was more storm damage a couple of minutes away here at Bill Strecker's Northeast Ocala home.
And all of a sudden I heard a big, like, thump, you know, swoosh, and I looked out the door and there it was, my present.
Another oak tree about 80 feet tall fell across his front yard. Strecker says he's shocked to see his wooden cross is still standing. At the Diamond Oil gas station here on Northeast 7th Street in Ocala, a burst of wind blew apart the canopy over the gas pumps. On the other side of town in South and Northwest Ocala, trees also came crashing down. One on this vacant home and another on this house. Maritza Medina says people in the neighborhood went to check if their neighbor was home.
Everybody went on the back of the house to make sure that her car wasn't there because she parks in the back. So luckily she wasn't there.
Meet 2-year-old Bella. She and her pit bull puppies were surrendered by their owner on July 22nd. Now she lives at the Marion County Animal Shelter, hoping to find a forever family. In July 2013, a total of 394 dogs and 615 cats were at one point living at the Marion County Animal Shelter. A Florida law that went into effect July 1st requires animal shelters to keep track of and make public the number of animals they take in, where the animal came from, and its fate.
So that means residents will be able to have a clearer picture of where the animals are coming from. Are they being surrendered by their owners? Are they coming in as part of a cruelty case? Are they coming in as strays?
I requested records from 7 county animal shelters across north central Florida. Marion, Alachua, Levy, Gilchrist, Bradford, and Columbia counties all showed me proof of their records. Jeanette Peters with Maddie's Coalition of Alachua County says keeping records has helped reduce the number of animals being euthanized in Alachua County.
Our data system has changed everything for us. We've moved from a county that killed more than 8,000 animals in year 2000 to fewer than 1,000 last year.
The one county that has not been following the new state requirements is Dixie County. Sheriff's Office Major Scott Harden says they only keep track of the animals they euthanize. He tells me staff will start following the requirements this August, providing more transparency to the public.
It will allow county residents to see what's happening in their local animal services system and see how they can help or celebrate when progress is being made or identify when there's gaps in the system that need to be addressed.